So we've been working for a lot of weeks. Really, once we get to the live shows, we start thinking about, okay, if so-and-so wins, what are we going to do? And literally, once we get to that final four, it's like, okay, if Mackenzie wins, we will do this, Dalton, Trent, Borchetta, et cetera. So we have two very specific plans in place depending on who wins tomorrow night. And if Trent wins, we're going to go to Nashville and make a country record with him. And then if Borchetta wins, I have already created a joint venture with Motown. So it would be Big Machine Motown. And Ethiopia, the president of Motown, has been in the last several shows, and Harmony is the one who produced her single. So we're ready. Bring it. You know, I think that very early on we established that if you're going to win, you're going to have to beat Borchetta. So I think she came in strong, and she has stayed strong. If you look at who is the most improved and who has transformed, that's Trent. And Jennifer called this 5 or 6 weeks ago. She goes, I think this is our final. And she goes, you are the two best when it comes to the vocal runs. And here we have it. I love this because this is really an epic battle now. The judges didn't get a chance to get the question posed to them after the third round because we ran out of time. But I think all the judges would tell you that Trent won the third round. Jennifer said Borchetta won the second round. So, you know, if you saw the show last night, The History of American Idol, when Jennifer Hudson went out seventh, you can't assume that anybody's going to win. It's going to be who's most engaged. If you look socially, Trent has outsold Borchetta at iTunes 2-1. You know, what does that mean? So it is on. I think we have an epic battle for the final American Idol. Well, you know, as you kind of brought up a minute ago, I have the opportunity to sign any of them, right? If you watch this back later tonight, and see who really left it all on the stage tonight. Trent left it all on the stage tonight. Borchetta can do that at the drop of a hat. But as far as really going out and knocking it out, I think Trent has the edge. So I will be proud, honestly. This is not the PC answer. This is the truth. I will be proud to work with either one of them. I really will be. They're both fantastic. You know what? I thought on the coronation songs that Trent's was the strongest. I know what Borchetta can do with that song, and I don't think she pushed herself enough. And it's a great song. But I think that, again, it's something we talk to them about from the first minute I meet them, and the judges talk about this every week. You have to leave it all on the stage. And I thought I think she left the door open a little bit, because we've all seen her drop the mic. And while she did really good tonight, I think she lit him off the mat a little bit. Well, I don't know if it's seeing her struggle enough, because she's doing the work, absolutely, and she really wants this. And I think that one of the things we've been trying to teach her, working with all the vocal coaches all season, is to warm up. If you go back and see some of the early performances, her voice is a little bit shredded right now. Even when you talk to her, there's more of an edge on her voice than there was just 6-7 weeks ago. And we have been on her every day about warm up. Don't sing so hard until it's time to do that. So I think there's another gear there, but because we work them so hard that, you know, we're not hearing everything that she has to give. She's having to push a little harder right now, and it's not anything that, if you look back at all the idols, you know, when Kelly had laryngitis, et cetera, you got to push through it. So the great thing about Borchetta that I know working with her is there's even another gear that you haven't seen completely yet. What have I learned about myself being a mentor on the show? Patience. You know, I'm always trying to define what I do when I get asked this question. And it's a never-changing answer, but this is the answer that I've landed on for this year. And my job at its core is identifying potential and helping you realize that potential. And that's what's so much fun about this show, is every Friday we start with song selections, and we build the show around those song selections. And there's so much satisfaction when you get it right. And you look at how many times our contestants got it right this season. So I think what I've learned about myself as a mentor is to be forceful at the right time and to back off at the right time. I hope that I've gotten better in that space. You know, you have to vote, right? It's a competition. Kelly's won it. If she feels that strongly about supporting LaPortia, then we all know Kelly Clarkson. There's no filter there. If that's how she feels, then I love it because this season has been so loud. And seeing everybody back in the last few days around the Dolby, you know, seeing all of them back. And the Open tomorrow, Nigel Lithgow promises to have all of us crying within the first 3 minutes tomorrow. So, you know, I think just the noise that's being made and how much excitement there is about LaPortia and Trent and about this farewell season, you know, tomorrow's going to be like the Super Bowl of Idol. It's really going to be fantastic. The question is, how has Idol evolved, basically, as far as the package of the winner? It had no choice but to evolve. In the beginning, Kelly didn't know anything except being a great singer. And she didn't have to worry about social media or a lot of the other things. A lot of the things back when we controlled so much of it as record companies and management companies and gatekeepers, it's like, okay, we can teach you the rest. We can teach you how to do an interview. We can teach you how to tour. Now everything's so transparent that you've got to come in with a better knowledge of engagement and social media, et cetera. So it's actually a lot harder to win. It's even harder to cut through the noise now.